So this is the mock by rebelnili, the Rivendell Display Base, mock number 243472, and it has 8,119 parts. So you can see here, this is the whole thing. The purchase that I've made here is for all of this that's in colour, which is the base plate, and this is the Rivendell Lego set. I think there's other things that have been included or mocked in addition over the entire thing, but basically this is what I am ultimately aiming to build, and here is the actual base, display base that I'm building. So I kind of divided up the areas. So everything internal and that's not sin is blue, as you can see in this picture. So filler brick, anything that you can find, and the rest of the colour is I ordered that separately basically, and I ordered all the additional parts that I needed. Hang on, so here we got two sections of the build basically. There's all the coloured parts that are on show that you see, and then everything inside that's blue. So I think that's all the pictures there are there. So basically I divided it into those two sections. So all the internals, the what's blue otherwise on the instructions, I've done my best to use up all of the random colourful pieces that I've got, and built that not according to the instructions, because the instructions basically it's all brick built, and what I decided to do, because I didn't really have enough of these random bricks, filler brick, I decided to use what I did have more of, which is Technic Lego beams, and I've got a lot of these Technic lift arms. So you can see here I've created a lot of sort of tool truss sections, and I used those as supports originally in rows of 3 along these strut beams, but I've reduced it down to just this single middle row of truss beams, and built the rest of either ends into the brickwork. I've really had to sort of almost redesign it. I've built it up basically. So here, the main sort of design of it, I've built up to finished height, where all these plates is basically where the set's going to sit on, and then I've sort of gone down from there. So literally just built it up with brickwork along these stepped areas, and then built in these Technic truss beams to which are going to offer the support for the whole set to sit on. And then there's this angled section here, which is I've had to again adapt just to try and save on brick usage. So I'm yet to complete all of it yet. But the thing is humongous. Look at the size of this thing. I'll tell you what. Since once you start to build up all of this terrain, and all the different sort of areas, just trying to spin it around without it not well, my point is, it becomes a heck of a lot sturdier. That is almost solid. I'm not going to lift it up with one hand because it is seriously heavy. But you can see the huge flat area that's had to be created here just to sort of build your the support beams all across the middle area here. I don't really know how much you could get away with not using plate work, but yeah, this piece here, you're probably guessing already, it's not official Lego. But am I bothered? No, because it's hidden at the end of the day, and it was a big area to fill out, and I originally used plates, but I basically exhausted my entire supply, and I just thought, well, if I'm going to make any more future mocks, then I'm starting from zero. And I remembered I had some minifigures on display on this base plate, and I got it out of storage and robbed that and used it for this. Oh, I just dropped a piece off the steps there, so if I can see if I can lift it up here. So ooh, well, you can see underneath there now. So again, the instructions depict all this as brick built, so plates and bricks all stacked. As you can see here, I've used again a lot of Technic beams and lift arms, and I've just plugged them all together and strengthened up with plates in between, going adjacent crossways, and just built up a really solid matrix of Lego there, and it's worked out all right. So you can see all around the perimeter, it then becomes snot built, and that's where you form all the nice natural shape work of the terrain. But this is an absolutely beaut of a build. It just looks so realistic, and it's just a joy to sort of just marvel at, really. It's all the different design of snot work and how it all just sort of molds together and looks quite really natural looking. So I've not actually built the Rivendell set yet, so maybe I'll do a build video for that, but I want to get this finished first. So now it's 8,119 pieces, which is a heck of a lot to purchase. I have no idea how much that would cost in total. I guess it depends on where you're based and where you're sourcing your Lego pieces from, but obviously I made a huge saving in all the inbuilt structure that I've been able to create from my own Lego supply, so massive savings there. But I'll tell you what I did, and again I'll check. Look, Lego, not real Lego. And do you know what happened? Nothing. The Lego piece didn't come breaking in through my door to arrest me, and I just carried on building it, and it was great. So I basically placed an order with Go Bricks for all of these pieces that are on show. So you can break down the parts list into the sort of the blue structure internal pieces, and then the other half is all the coloured pieces that are on show on the outside. And everything that I could get with Go Bricks I did, and then all the pieces that Go Bricks couldn't get me, like that piece for example, I then went via Bricklink, and do you know what? I'm probably going to say about 65% of all the structure provided by me, and then I'm going to say about 25% of the rest of the bricks from Grow Bricks, and then perhaps the remainder from Bricklink orders. So all the pieces I got from Go Bricks, I think maybe amounted to probably 2,000 to 3,000 pieces. And do you know how much that cost? It only cost me 145 quid. And all this blue basically is Go Bricks. And so over here, look, I'm in the shadow now. So all this down here that I've got in these plastic trays, that's all Go Bricks. Now all of these were full to the brim to start off with, but I'm working my way through them. And then basically the Bricklink orders, they came from about 8 different stores. So there you go, one of them's Bricks and Minifigs Galore, there's another one, Brick Nation Toys, and basically they just consisted of all the parts that I couldn't get on Go Bricks or any additional ones that were required. But yeah, so the funny thing was, so the Go Bricks, like I say, probably 2,000 or 3,000 pieces, 145 quid, and spread across the 8 stores on Bricklink. Now the deliveries were, this was probably the largest one, and then the rest of the deliveries was probably just as much as that really. They came with a lot of the what is it, dark turquoise or whatever that colour is. I think it's dark turquoise, and they probably, I don't know, I don't think, maybe a few hundred pieces altogether, but because they were spread over 8 different stores and with the postage and packaging on top of their costs, they also came to 150 quid. Almost exactly the same prices, but totally different in the quantities. Now if you imagine that I ordered all of this off Bricklink in one go, I don't think I would not want to spend that amount of money in one hit. Certainly not these days anyway, because Lego is just getting way overpriced, and personally I'm comfortable with going down this route of Go Bricks because this is my first experience, but I've got everything that I ordered, and I did go through the entire parts list and double checked it against the inventory print off, and despite perhaps, like, you know, a hand's worth number of different parts that were missing, 1 maybe 2 out of the total quantities, weighed against all the other pieces that I got extras for, I'm not bothered. I'm happy with that. I can get away with that because you know, unless it was for something very specific, you know, this is otherwise just terrain work and decorative features, so it, you know, it can be substituted or whatever. And they did come, I think the delivery, the wait time that I had was about 2 or 3 weeks, but that's all the way from China. I think that's pretty good going, really, from China to the UK. And the quality of them is good. I'm impressed. Like, the clutch power is there. I'd say they were literally on par with Lego. I've had no problems with any of the bricks used so far. The pieces are almost identical to Lego pieces, aside from not having the Lego logo on the studs, but they otherwise work just as good, and I can't complain really. You know, for a 300 price tag that I ended up in total for this, I think that's good going, because if I was to plug the entire build into Bricklink, I'm pretty sure this would be way past the 500, 600 pound mark, and you know, you're talking UCS 8080 for that price, and that's when it's on offer. So considering this is over 8,000 parts, I feel like this is a win, and I have absolutely enjoyed this build so far. And despite the whole redesign, it's tinkering with you know, the structure of it and making it all work. That's the sort of thing that I enjoy doing anyway, and it's tidied it all. This was an absolute mess before. I had like all of these spread out over these, and it just looked really messy. I wasn't happy with that. So now that it's looking like this, it's looking really tidy and it's solid, and I'm really happy with all this, and I can't wait once this is all complete. We can then here we go, here, bring it out, and there it is, the Rivendell set. Official Lego, yep, that's right, official Lego. And we'll get that one on the go and build upwards from the base up, and that is going to be absolutely awesome. Really looking forward to that. So yeah, as I say, maybe I'll do a speed build recording of that, and maybe I'll do a review. I don't really feel like there's much point in me trying to do reviews of Lego sets anymore, because it's just like the whole genre on YouTube is just so saturated now. It's just so many things, so many people doing the same thing, and it's just boring. You know, I'm verging on to just enjoying like mocks now, and not doing anything specific. As you can see here, just sort of tinkering with things and going off piste and seeing what I can create. So yeah, see what happens with the next video. Cheers.
And don't forget, I was born to be liked. So subscribe, you son of a bitch.